spicy part, people call it as capsaicin because that capsicum, because that contains a high hot part of the paprika, chili, that is a capsaicin. So what this primary extractor do, they separate it into different these colors and spicy part, and they will sell to another manufacturers who maybe a seasoning manufacturer. So what he will do is he will blend with the different spices and make it into a powder, and that can be used into a ready to eat, ready to cook, that kind of thing. And sometimes this will go to KFC or McDonald's, and they will formulate it into a different formulation. And the chili which we are exporting from India, it's going to America and coming back to in the form of KFC, and it come to Meghalaya, and probably the chili might have exported from Meghalaya, and it's going to America, and this is coming back again. We are going to KFC and buying the chicken and eating it. So we don't know whether this materials came from Meghalaya or other part of India, or maybe from China. So this is the value addition happening in the oleoresin area. And again, the botanical extractions, for consider cinnamon. Cinnamon, what we'll do, again, farmer aggregator, they make it and they'll sell to some extractor who will make essential oils out of it. And the person who make the essential oil, he will sell to a fragrance company like Givaudan and all, and he will sell to some beverage company like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or some perfumery. Again, it is going back and coming back to our place, and we are drinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi. And same thing when you are making the perfume, also the same thing happens. You are making the lemongrass, you are making the other products, extracting it, and it is going to a person's, like a flavor company, and they are formulating it, they are selling to some Chanel or some other companies, and it is coming back to us. So this is the kind of value chain happening in across this botanical industry, and most of us, we are lying in this area where the value addition is very low. What we are doing, we are just plucking, drying and selling to somebody, and somebody is making money, and we are not adding much value to it. Okay. So what is those people got advantage? Nothing. They got some machineries, and they are sitting some sophisticated place, and we are making. We are making this raw material here and selling in bundles and bundles, and it is going to some other part of the country, probably to New Delhi, Mumbai, or Gujarat, or most of the things will be going to Kerala, Kochi side. In Kochi, there is nothing strategically important. So in Kochi, there are processing units. In Kerala, there is processing units, but they are buying all the raw material from Meghalaya, Assam, or they may be importing also from Sri Lanka and Vietnam, etc., etc. So what you have to think about, when you are selling, when you are making this value-added products at our end. So we are making a logistics amount. Suppose you are selling somebody sitting in Kochi. For sending this material from Meghalaya to that place, it costs at least 10 rupees per kg. I think it should be more than that. So if you can save that money and make the product here itself, your process cost will be less, because that salary of this area is very less, and the logistic cost is, you can save that logistic cost, because at least you have to spend around 10 rupees or 15 rupees to sell this material to Kochi. If somebody is buying in Kochi, they have to spend extra 50 rupees per kg. So when you are making 1 kg of this product, at least you need around 50 kg of the raw material, or 100 kg of the raw material. So consider, if you are saving 15 rupees per kg and you are making this product at here, you can save a lot of cost, you can make much cheaper price at this place, and you can sell to the world with a better price than any other places, because you are sitting strategically important place where the raw material is available, and the bulk can be handled in the origin itself. So that is the concept we have to understand, and that is the kind of profit we are going to gain. And this is just like when you are going to a business, you should understand what is the. Again, it's got stuck. So what I'm trying to say is like this is the value addition should happen at Meghalaya or whatever the northeast and eastern side. And when you are making these products, you can do further value addition. Like you can make a lot of seasonings here because you know the domestic market. When I was working during my Sindhite days, the Sindhite is a big company for the spices extractions and tea. So I worked in that company during 2008. Their domestic turnover was only 25 crores. But at present scenario, they reached up to around 600 crore in turnover. So if you're looking at the Indian market, you can see there is a domestic market, you can see a tremendous growth. Like a lot of products which you are making here, you don't have to look for the export to get a better value. You can get the you can get the value in here in the domestic market also, because our domestic market at present it's around 3,000 crores of where you are using only the spices and herbs extracts which is going for the food sector. I'm not talking about the other sector. It's a 3,000 crore market where you can earn that, you can get that opportunity in India itself instead of going to abroad. So you don't have to be export to send the product to international market. So you can you will get a lot of opportunities in India itself. So this is the one I was talking about, like the value addition when you are making a recipe of meat seasoning powder. So you will be having top notes. Top notes means that fresh note of any spices. Like suppose if you are making a ginger raw material, you will get an immediate smell. And you are crushing a cardamom, you will get an immediate smell. So that is called the top note. That is the highest volatile compound in a spice or any other product. So there will be a base flavors which will be long acting, and other functional ingredients like this is I'm talking about the seasoning powder. So other ingredients you need to add a lot of acids, phosphates, and buffering agents. And next comes our uracil extracts, which is normally used in the spice blends, and you can add other spices and herbs when you are making a seasoning powder, and there will be a carrier like salt and starches. So this is generally a outlay of a seasoning powder, which is generally you can sell to the market. And I'm talking, another one is another opportunity is the perfumer blend. So perfumer blend may not be, everybody can do, but now there is a lot of opportunities comes in the domestic market. There is a lot of local blenders who make the perfume and sell to the people. So this also contains essential oils, flavor molecules, then some functional ingredients, and solvents, which is like alcohol or propylene glycol, which is used in perfumes. And this is also contains top notes, middle notes, and base notes. This is very simple, like when a person put a perfume, so you will get an immediate smell. This is called a top note. So that contains a lot of voltage, as I explained earlier. And the middle notes, it will be little long lasting, and the base note will be like most of the perfume contains a vetiver, oud and notes. Like suppose I put a perfume, so after maybe in the second hour, third hour, people when it comes to us, like they feel like a different aroma. That is called a base note. So it is a long lasting. It is a less volatile, and some other volatiles also added into this. So how you make a successful ingredient? So when you want to make a different formulations, you need to have different ingredients. One is the active substances, which is giving the performance of the particular formulations, and you should have a delivery system. For example, in the case of perfume, it is an alcohol, and application adjustment. Like you need to choose between different perfume. Different essential oils to make a better perfume. So that is the kind of philosophy we need to approach to making a different formulation, whether it is perfume, whether it is a food product, whether it is whatever it's seasoning powder, whatever it may be. So this is the kind of approach you need to make. This is like little global market data.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, in between,
doubts,
everybody.
always ask.
Okay, let's break. We will utilize like that. You can ask me for some questions. Or I'll start asking questions to you. Choice is yours. So by the way, who are here the manufacturers? Anybody is here like doing some value addition to their products? Who are deals with the spices? Spices? No one? Okay. Single spice. What are you into?
Turmeric and
Yes, turmeric. So what do you do with the turmeric?
I grind it and isolate. Not packaging in a loose selling.
You sell it in bulk powder.
Yes.
Which market you sell? Indian or export?
Indian.
So it's a lockdown variety?
Yes.
So what is the turmeric curcumin content in the lockdown variety?
It's 7.1.
So when you're selling your product, how do you get the value? Like you will sell it based on the turmeric or just turmeric powder, or you sell it on curcumin content?
Curcumin. That's that customer keep on buying.
So you know this is a high value item,
Yes.
so you will get a better value.
Maybe.
Oh, you should be sure. And you're selling to somebody.
And I work also in a spices company in Milan's Enterprise Private Limited for 12 months.
Okay.
And
So lockdown variety, basically your curcumin content is around 3 times more than
the rest of
that rest of the produce across. Mostly turmeric is produced in South India and Assam. But this lockdown variety is highest turmeric curcumin content.
Yes.
So when you're selling, I think you should fetch that amount. Now, what is the turmeric price? Normal, I think it's around the 150 rupees.
Dry.
Right.
Yes. 150 now. No. Yes. 150 once 170.
In the other part of the country?
No, I don't know.
Here. Right. So, okay.
Anybody else who are into spices?
I saw some hands. Cute. You are into spices? What are you doing? So you sell dry spices?
Yeah, dry and sometimes fresh and even powder.
Okay.
We supply most of the time to Kerala and
Ah.
yeah, AK company. And I
AK.
know mom used to mention about Sinthai also.
Sindai.
Yeah, and some parts of Maharashtra and Gujarat.
So you have some collection agents or some bodies here?
Yes, we
like,
have.
you are a farmer or you sell to?
No, there are some farmers, if they have in bulk, they will come by themselves. And some they have agents from CMCs and like one collector will be from one villages, then they will come and put in our stock. We have our own processing unit.
Okay. Good.
So it works as a collection center.
Yes. Because when mom started this thing, it was just most of the social service helping people how to reach the market. Because most of them are marginalized farmers, so it's difficult for them to go anytime to the market. But when it comes through her, they'll bring small quantity of their product also. We'll keep it in our processing unit and market. That time when she first started. But now the people come by themselves to us, they visit it and
Okay.
we had MOU with some companies and yeah.
So they will support you for the cultivation or you will make a MOU just for buying purpose?
No, only for buying purposes.
Okay.
Some help, like AK company, we are having an MOU where after a few years we might get organic certificate because to get organic certified is very difficult. So like there will be term where after that we might
So you need a minimum 3 years.
yes. So
Buffer time,
now
then
I
after
think
that
it's
only.
almost 2 years or yeah.
No, till that time you can sell it as IPM, integrated pest management or something like that, where you are not using, but you can get fetch a better price than the government.
We are selling. I'm just saying about the organic certificate, but we are selling. We are selling both actually.
Where are you based?
Muli, Western Terrace.
Oh, you're from
I think we'll copy to
have to use the Anybody doing value addition now?
Sir, I have something to say.
Yeah.
When it comes to value added, we find it difficult because one thing is machines and then expert. We need a lot of expert also, right, to do this thing.
Okay.
So we are still growing at the initial stage. So to find expert and all, we need guidance.
No, what our company do is like we will set up the plant, manufacturing unit, and we will give training for the people, and we will support them in product development, we will support them in analytical methods, we will support them in marketing. We can normally we do around 6 to 8 months support, and it can extend up to 1 year also. Like people can be trained, shop floor people can be trained.
So we can collaborate.
Yeah. That's how we are working. Like instead of just setting up a plant, what we do is like we will set up the plant. We will make the entire system like even from the management part and administration, marketing, and the technical team, production, and quality control. And we will extend that up to marketing also. Like we don't do your marketing, but we'll support you where you can sell. We can connect with the people where these products can be sold. So that's how we work with the client. But we will not take your product and go to the market. We will not do that. Very frank. Yeah.
What we need is value. You already discussed about value added.
Yeah, we can give you all technical support. We can provide you people who is an expert in this area. Our company, we have around 30 people. In that 25 people are all technical. We have all got a background of different areas like production, analytical, and product development, seasoning, etc. etc. So we can train your people and what are the need basis, like depends on the need and the small business.
Mark, are you there? Mark?
Okay. So, how will you take it?
Yes, we have few more sessions.
We are almost So anybody want to know more about our company, I'll leave my brochure here so you can collect it and you can contact me.
One question.
Yes, please.
I just came in mid-session. I just wanted to ask, like, the data that you brought,
Okay.
any sort of data regarding market share or domestic and worldwide?
Data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I came in mid-session, so I didn't know what.
We didn't share much market data. We were talking about how the spices. No, first of all, I mentioned about what is our company and personnels in that company. That's not much important. I can give you the brochure. And
Profile company, I've already done research.
okay. So the other one is like we were talking about how the value addition happening.
Yeah.
Like what are the possible products we can make. Like if you are considering that spices extracts, you can make different products from that. Like you can make essential oils, you can make oleoresins, you can make purified products. Like for example, considering cinnamon. Cinnamon you can make essential oil, cinnamon oil, and you can extract polyphenols from that which can go to a nutraceutical market. And like turmeric you can make curcuminoids, which is a phytochemical, 95% of curcuminoids, which is going to a nutraceutical market, and you can separate the oil out of it, which is going to a cosmetics and feed market. Like that, I was talking about the value addition. I was made some examples like chili. Chili normally in the farmer, what they do, like they'll dry the chili, they sell to some aggregators, that is going to some extraction companies. But actual value addition happens like a chili, if it is a color chili and with a pungency, the extractor, what they will do, they will split it into a color part, and the other part is a spiciness. And it is going to a different part of the world, like some seasoning companies like Griffith sitting in India, they will make a formulation for KFC chicken, and it is going to KFC, they make a seasoning, KFC they will formulate their own way, and they will make a chicken, they will send it to Meghalaya or India, different parts, and we will buy it and eat it. So it is going to US and coming back again to our place. That's a kind of value addition. So, and again, consider the perfumeries. Perfumery, you make a lemongrass, that lemongrass oil, it is going to a different part of the world, it's going to Chanel company, they are making perfume, you are buying it from big malls of Delhi or Shillong, wherever it is. You are using it. So that's a kind of value addition. So what I am talking is like when there is a raw material available here, instead of selling it as just a dried raw material, you can start making products and make more value. Like you are selling a lemongrass for 5 rupees, you are selling turmeric for 150 rupees. Where this conversion, when it is going to a different company, they are making curcumin is around 7,500 rupees per kg. I mean, like after processing. So when you are making it here, you don't have to spend the money on the logistics, because the company who is sitting in different part of India, they are buying this material and they spend a lot on the logistics, and they are spending that money, and when they are making their production cost also will get increased because of they are spending a lot of money in the logistics. Well, you are here, you can collect, you can try, you can start extracting and sell this particular product to the same company with a better price. Well, they find some value because they are getting a cheaper price. Okay, so that is a kind of logic we are trying to. I mean, that is a strategic important where the geography, where the raw material grows. That is the importance of the geography. Like you don't have to sell the people who sits in a different place. They don't have to spend money on it. That's all.
The reason I asked you that also because I'm doing wholesale exports.
Okay.
So the whole value addition thing, I'm not, because I'm part of the whole production, the procurement chain and the distribution chain. I'm not part of that. So third party maybe sometimes you aggregate, but yeah, I just wanted to ask if you have any latest data, but it's nice. Okay. Good.
Always change.
Yeah, just next slide.
Can I get that somebody sitting somewhere?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the back.
Okay, we can go to the next slide. It's all done. Okay, so this is a kind of market may not be that relevant to you people, but you can understand this is the volumes happening that and CAGR is showing the growth of the market. So CAGR, which is more than more than 4, it seems to be a good business. And what is the advantage of this oleoresins and spice extract business is like it is not a recession sensitive, because even if there is a recession, people has to eat something. So the recessions may not, or inflations may not come directly to this business because this is a steady growth business, and food sector always, when the ready to eat, ready to cook market comes higher and higher, the application of the products will go up. Okay. So can I go to the next slide? Should I ask?
Just keep saying next.
Okay. Right. So this is about the market. Can I go to the next slide? Next slide. So, okay. So this may not be that applicable, but when you are looking at a product extraction aspect, what we consider is like how the customer is going to accept this product, and how much it should close to the nature. Like when you are making a cardamom extract, if it doesn't smell like a cardamom, there is no point in making extract. So we need to select technologies for each and everything, depends on how the product outcomes. So there should be different process toolkits for different products. Like for example, as I said, like when you're making ginger, and if you are making a lot of application, applying a lot of temperature, ginger doesn't look like a ginger, their flavor profile will change. Again, the turmeric, if you are applying more heat, the product is very, if the product is sensitive, you will not get the correct specification. So, and process, when you have post-extraction process, like there should be some kind of modification you need to do, depends on the customer acceptance. So somebody will be looking for volatile oils, somebody will be looking for a water soluble product, somebody will be looking for an oil soluble product. So your back end, there should be some system where you can tweak all this stuff. And most of the products, there should not be any residual solvent, because most of the time we use solvents for extraction. So you cannot use much residue, you cannot leave much residue in the product. So we need some advanced system to remove the residual solvents. And most of the solvents using should be non-toxic. And recently the coming up process is supercritical fluid extraction, where there is no much solvents involved. Can you have the next slide? Okay, this is an extraction process. So we use different extraction methods, like solvent extraction, distillation method, and some pressing, sublimation, extrusion methods for different products. So it depends on how we are getting the product and what is the customer requirement. Can I have the next slide? This again about the extraction may not be much relevant, but when you are selecting the extraction method, there should be a lot of work involved in that. You should have chemicals used, solvent ratios, temperature, pressure, etc. Need to be used, so that the ratios are very important. As I said earlier, like the product quality will change, depends on the ratios. Yeah. Can I have the next slide? Next slide. This is generally yes. Go back. Next slide. Next slide. As we are going back. One more. Yeah. So this is a general process technologies used in the spice extractions and essential oil extractions. So before extraction, we normally do a pre-processing, which is more or less like powdering, but depends on the product requirement. The powder size is very important, because you cannot make a fine powder for extraction. So there should be process pre-processing technologies involved, like either it should be a flaking or it should be a higher granule, powder size. You cannot make a fine powder then extract it. So pre-processing is very important for extraction unit. Then only you will get the correct recovery, and the product, the entire product need to come out. So if you are not getting the complete product out of it, our process may not be viable. So pre-processing is very important, and selection of the pre-processing equipment is also very important. And depends on extraction, there will be a lot of technologies we use. For example, for essential oils, for example, you are using cardamom. Cardamom, you need to do a steam distillation for taking the essential oils, and other spices like ginger, you can use the steam distillation for taking the essential oil, and the steam distillation and distillation can be different, like hydro distillation, steam distillation, and high pressure distillation. High pressure distillation we are using for certain products where there is a long distillation time. So we call it as an anisobaric distillation system. This is designed by Innopolis Bio Innovations. So what is the advantage of this is like you can reduce the process time, thereby increase your output. Okay, so that is how the high pressure extraction, distillation system helps. And solvent and aqueous extraction systems generally used to make the spices, extracts, oleoresins, and any other herbs. You can use the solvent extraction system. And this solvent extraction and aqueous extraction system can be a continuous type, like you are putting raw material in one side, and we can extract it and the product and spend material. We call it as spend once the extraction is over. That will come in two different sides. But this is generally, it's a expensive equipment. But if we are going for above 20 metric ton per day kind of volume, it is better to use a continuous extraction system. And if the volume is around 1 metric ton, 5 metric ton, 3 metric ton in that size, so we always suggest to go with a batch extraction system, where you can do a extraction vessels, and you can fill the raw material and take the extract out. And continuous extraction is a well type, conveyor type, so you put the raw material at one end and you put the solvent at the other parallelly, and it is extracting out. Okay, so this can be used in oleoresin extracts, tea and coffee extracts. And supercritical, which is the latest technology where we are not using any solvent extraction. And there we use CO2, carbon dioxide, as a solvent, because high pressure and temperature, certain temperature, carbon dioxide will act as a solvent, and your residue in the product that will be easily removed, so that there will not be any toxic residues in the product. So, but it is an expensive methodology. Nowadays, the world follows this, and the trend is coming up. And there is another system is subcritical extraction, where you use high pressure and high temperature, so you can extract any material using water. So that is the kind of technologies coming up, and we are developed a subcritical extraction where you can use water as a solvent, and you can instead of alcohol, acetone and all, you can use water. So there will not be any residue in the product. Can we go further? This is further purification. Like after extraction, there should be some purification systems, like fractional distillation and molecular distillation for essential oil. This will help to increase the concentration of the oils, and we use solvent extraction and liquid extractions to make more concentrated, and some technologies like membrane technology, which is just like RO and filtration. We used that to make high-end, more concentrated extracts. And again, supercritical extraction can be used to enrich the top notes and all. Can we go next? Any discussions here? Please let me know.
I want to know more about
CART. Supercritical fluid extraction. CAGR. That's a growth. Compounded annual growth. That is basically, you take growth year on year, and you calculate the compound annual growth. Like suppose this year you are getting 1, and next year you are getting 2. That means it's 100% increase. So if it is going, suppose you are taking to 5 year continuously, and you take the average out of the growth, and you make a formula. So if that growth percentage is more than 3.5 to 4, that means it is the market is growing, and if it is showing a negative, means the market is coming down. That's how that market study is done. And In the food and nutraceutical and this segment, the CAGR is more than 5, and nutraceutical in oleoresin market and floral it is more than 9. So that means it is showing a very good growth. So with this data, suppose you are taking a data from 2015 to 2023, and the market is growing, you can get an average and you can predict it into 2030 where the market grows. And some companies, they will calculate their growth also using this, and they will understand the actual market growth and what is their company growth. So that they can make a data like what this company is doing and what is the market they are capturing. So that is generally used in data management, data interpretations. So this is again, some technologies because we are running short of time, so I don't explain much into it. Anybody interested, we can discuss it personally. Okay, can we go to the next slide? This is SCFE technology. I mentioned like supercritical fluid extraction. This is an expensive technology, but lot of market this got its own value, and you will get around 30% premium for this kind of product, because this product will be very close to the raw material, like you will get as much close to your original raw material, smell, flavors and all. And the advantage is it doesn't have much, it doesn't have any solvent residue, because it's the process used is CO2. So once you are extracted, the CO2 will get escaped from that. So you don't need to expose to any heat to remove all these residues. So this is a very good technology used nowadays. Can you go to the next slide? This is all theory part of, nothing to do with our this thing. Anybody interested, I can share it. Can we go to the next slide? This is some advantages I mentioned, like there is no residues and all. Subcritical water extraction is another growing area which is coming now. Can we go to next slide? Next slide. Next slide. So mentioning the tea extracts. So nowadays tea extract market is booming. So I think this area you must be having the tea gardens and a lot of processing centers. So tea extracts generally we take two kind of tea, black tea and green tea. So black tea, most of the time the extracts done by the processing base, like you will be having that graded material like BMF and all, then some dust will comes out. So that will go to an extraction system where you will get instant tea extract. Okay, so that is basically going for a formulation, and this is formulated into 3-in-1. I think I explained. Like you can mix with the sugar, milk, and instant tea powder and make a tea. So Assam tea and Shillong. I think felt very shy about it. There is nothing to shy about it. You should be proud of it. Okay, so the tea extracts, either you can make a green tea extract or you can do a black tea extract. So same technology can be used for both extractions, and it's a demanding market. And green tea itself, nowadays people look at low purified material also, because it contains catechins and all, so it's a good market. And the flavors and aromas from both green tea and black tea is widely used. This is generally go to a perfumery industry, and sometimes it go to a tea liquid blends and all, so people will blend it with the tea, the tea machines and tea dispensers. So that is also a good growing market. So So different technologies are used for this. Can we go next? These are some applications. I'm not explaining much. Like a 3-in-1s, instant tea, beverage, etc., etc. Can we go to next? Next one. This is some market summary. Let's see here. Somebody asked here again. Next growing market. Next one. Go further. This is one tea instant factory we set up in Sri Lanka. Can we go next? This is some. We have collected some data from northeast part, like where different states got different raw materials. Like I think Meghalaya, ginger, turmeric, cardamom, chilies, and fruits are more here. And Arunachal, most of the things are almost same. I think the cardamom here, I think the large cardamom, but it's not much used in value-added products. But we can think about it, how the value addition can be done. Like it's mostly going into powder products, like making some spice blends and all. This is some of the products we have collected from northeast side. There is some comparative data for. Can you go to the next slide? Next slide, please. Okay, this is comparative data for the small cardamom and large cardamom, but it is entirely different in flavor profile and look-wise also. This is black big cardamom we used as a bada dana, medium dana, small dana, and car variety. These are some of the gradings. And whereas in the small green cardamom, it's a bold, extra bold, and super bold, small, and all. But I think this part of the country it doesn't make any small cardamom, right? We do that? No. Vanilla may be one option you guys can cultivate in this area, because vanilla is a high value product where you can get cured vanilla something around $80 to $100 per kg, means around 8,000 rupees, not bad, right? So it's a growing market, and there is a lot of companies comes in vanilla extraction, because vanilla nowadays is a preferred flavor. Earlier times people used to use vanilla, synthetic vanilla, but most of the countries are banned synthetic vanilla because of it seems to be a toxic ingredient, especially vanilla used in infant food flavoring agents. So most of the countries banned synthetic vanilla. So there is an opportunity. We ourselves we set a plant in Bangalore, Karnataka, only for vanilla. So they handles around 1 ton of vanilla per day. So 1 ton of vanilla per day means it's the product is around 20 metric ton per day. That's a ratio. So you use vanilla extract using alcohol extract. So that is a growing opportunity in market. You can, even if you are selling raw material, but you will get a good margin. Can we go to the next slide? So this is the ginger. We did some audits. We did some field visit in different places like Assam, Meghalaya, and Arunachal Pradesh. So these are some samples we collected from different places, and we did some testing also. Since we are working for another company, I don't want to expose all these details, but I'm just sharing some photos. Okay. That's all. I mean, there are some, I skipped a lot of things since there is no time. But I am open for any discussions. If anybody wants to ask some questions, please and you can note my contact number. I can give you my brochure and cards in case anybody wants any support.
Anybody have any questions? In fact, the gentleman who was asking questions for the wholesaler gentleman who was to export. Yeah, you came here with a different understanding of what you would gain from the session. So if you have any questions from your end, you can always ask.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay, just to add,
This is one project we are doing in Sri Lanka. So this is a turnkey project. So this is around 7-acre land, and we set up the entire system. Like this under construction. This is our entire video. Okay, so this is a big project. It's around 100 crore Indian rupees, but we do small projects also. Like we do 2 crores project also.
Coming back to that the gentleman. Yes, you can ask a question. You have a question.
Yeah, please.
I should ask this like with a personal discussion, but since,
That's okay.
since everybody,
Everybody will get benefited. You can ask.
you do
If nothing secret only.
you do third party deals, like suppose like producers or grower base, like you process that for corporations.
No, we don't do any processing. We support people technically. We do, we do consulting for people who want to set up or who, set up manufacturing units, or somebody want to do some value addition in their product. We support them, suppose if you want to make your product standardized, so we can support you. Or if you want to make we mostly look into a value addition part of it, and we do support it backward integration also, but not much.
No third party orders like from Hindustan or something like.
No, we don't. We can help you in marketing, but as I explained earlier, we don't do marketing for anybody. We do marketing for us. That's all.
So if you want to set up, for value addition, then you can get in touch with their consultancy. They can come and help you to set it up. They are experts and professionals in value addition, all the technical and analytical methods for product development.
And we do this thing also, project reports. Like suppose if somebody want to start a business, we do a detailed project report so that you can go to any agency and get a funding. Most of this Ministry of Food, and they provide a lot of funding in different areas. I don't know how much they fund in this area, maybe 50%, 35%, and ceiling of 5 crore or something like that. So probably you can contact your government agency or some spices board or something like that.
Do you mean like project proposal type?
Yeah, so we will give you a project, detailed project report. Suppose you have an investment plan and you have a raw material available in your area. So you can decide on how to do that business. So we will model your business. That's how we did it in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, they got black pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg and clove. So we designed their project according to that requirement. And it depends on, and investment also is a part. Like even if government is funding you, but there is requirement from your side also. So yeah, sure.
I think if you don't have any more questions, we have to wrap up because the next session, we have to start with the next session.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Sunil Kumar Oji, and in the session, I think it was very insightful, informative, and in fact, we got to know a lot about a lot of processes, a lot of technologies, and I would request you, if you want to get in touch with Mr. Sunil, you can always do so. I think he will still be here.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can always, for the ones who are interested, we've seen a few people who are very much interested in getting into value addition. So for those people, you can always get in touch with Mr. Sunil. He'll be here somewhere around. And we shall start the next session in 5 minutes. So maybe you can take a bio break. But before we do all that, we have the feedback. Already I'm getting a warning from them. We have a feedback session. I think most of you did the feedback yesterday, right? So I hope it was fun to see a lot of responses out here on the screen. So today, the ones who were not present yesterday, there is a Menti poll, and I think there is an internet problem. So for the ones who are not here yesterday, you guys will have to, you have a scanner, right, on your phone. So all of you need to take out your phone, you scan it, and we'll do a Menti poll. So there will be a few questions out there where you need to rate the sessions. And you can rate that the session is, you can give it a 1 also, it's okay. Okay, we will not know who's rating, who's giving the rating. Yeah, Lakshmi, Mark. So here's the QR code. Is this the one, Lakshmi? Yes. So kindly, the ones who are, all of you have to scan it today because it's a new session. But for the ones who do not know, you need to use this QR code to scan.
So if we like to invite you all to just take out your cell phones, something that we all like doing, and just, I think you all have Wi-Fi connection. And if we go to the next slide.
Yeah, we already have some people who have already gotten it.
So the two options, you just type menti.com and you put in the QR code, you put in the code 56317456. And I'll invite all our young leaders to lead, and they're going to give you the translation in the Garo and Khasi language.
Without the option, your phone को बहुत दिन या QR code को scan करबो उधर www.menti.com ना यानी बना या code को step में ना उन्होंने मिजान करता है वो feedback उन्होंने लगने session ní में मैं देखिए बिनी सिक्यारी को बिनी खाना ने को मुझे दिया वो कुछ ना सो मैं देखिए नंबर का असर का नंबर का होता share ना
Yeah, we see almost 13 people have already given thumbs up, 14, 15.
If you need help, just put your hand down.
17.
We have a young.
Anybody who needs help, please let us know.
Come together.
sobat sekali itu dia mah
Are we all on it?
We have 20 people, 21, 22, 23. And please put in this code 56317456.
Just menti.com.
29. Okay, we have 40 plus people who have 32. Anybody? I think we have more than that. Are you all ready?
Ready?
Yes or no? Or somebody still no? No, no. Now are you ready?
You got it? Okay. So
Only
now,
two people. Are you ready? Yes. Little louder. Are you guys ready? Yes. Okay.
excellent. So we'll go to the next slide, and you'll have the questions showing up on the screen. So, Bayo, can we go to the next slide?
How did you like the workshop? Now, today it's about giving smileys. All of you use these smileys on your phones, right? So whether you're not sad, you're not so happy, you're very happy.
Kami dahali workshop ko may din namakka. Yano at sunawa ko dapat jaway kapan ni mungkin saya mo. Ya ko ko di mungkin mana ko ko di sa tayo mo.
Hilapan dia gawin na kini ki smileys happy ngasrin kaya iyo particularly this
about this workshop?
Yes.
How's it?
When you're getting a smiley face, which is a happy face, so yeah.
Love to see you.
Phone is given. Just come to the next slide if you want.
That's the reason why I'm asking.
Next question will happen.
Now we'll go to the next question.
Submit
You have the code on top. 56.
What inspired you the most about this workshop?
7456.
What inspired you most about this workshop? You haven't seen workshop and
Dahil sa ni ako, dahil sa sini ako may ko namnag pagka maya bini kapahanan na suko halata masyata yano encourage ka mo wala ko inon sina mo dito sistem na magino mo
Cynthia can speak.
Nama nanda share mo
These are the few what inspired them most from this workshop. So they've given their feedback. Oh, they even got my name also. Thank you so much. I was very inspired.
And the language should not be aggressive. Nice, innovative. 56 responses.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll send you a copy.
So are you ready for the third question? So sad. Are you ready for the third question?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the third question.
submit ka tayo na
Next question. How will you apply what you have learned? Kung no pimpin ng kami ang kaibang layo, kajing kayo matasi, kung no pimpin ng kami ang hakad kontrikam jong fi makasi.
Kalau sekian itu maknanya tak belum bukan sidang main kita sekolah ibu tak salam get. Kalau sekian maknanya ibu main kita salam get.
Click on the subject button so that you can update it.
Penbahari of packaging of the turmeric. Okay, to improve the packaging of the turmeric. Very nice. I think it was a very difficult question. No?
Maybe you can simplify.
I will apply it on my existing business with new technology and reach more products value. Okay, we'll have to do some homework on the technology and look at the potentiality of value addition on a specific product. Practical application. Nimsha matre janai ha. Okay, nimla lada di machine. Okay. Nama means good. Okay. So I don't know what the others mean.
This one means that whatever you have taught you, she will try to apply to the future.
Okay. I think you have to come down. Okay. To improve our business, to improve packaging, bottling, etc. I think this is more coming to the packaging solution rather than the value addition, no?
To the actual product.
I will utilize the knowledge acquired in my firm, okay? Okay, also another thing is you've learned maybe that there is a firm that you can get in touch with if you want to set up your value addition, manufacturing unit, okay? Are we done?
Yeah.
Should we move to the next? Yes. Next question. What can we improve on for next time? So, what can Prime improve? Prime can let you next time when come and pass these sessions.
Mukhamchi dawaya session na wate bamo mukhamchi mai diki namda pakken wako share doi ko choose karna mai diki namda pakken mukhamchi.
Awaiting time management, workshop content, time management, what manbat ya kapor, workshop content, what kitu ki bafiugi, ki resource person bagi ki slides, ki semua ya hab nem, tika energy what karu company and then pacing.
3 means it's less energy or?
So it's with the bars you have strongly agree.
Yeah, so when
goes
the
at the side,
energy
it means it's strongly agree.
Strongly.
So pacing kamut penyat ya ka session kalong step len kalong suki pala ki methods ki rukom ba penokam hapan penong in session ka katin oi gede ka katin mo ba fiasya then topics of
Sometimes it doesn't
these
do.
Gimana sekarang ni somai ko kami dah ada gimana workshop ya session ko berarti nama pakken ketam de wajib ko bias kira apa skill ni apa mo untuk biar akhirnya kami is kita patah ko akhirnya gimana pacing ni biar akhir dah halo sekiara harak juga mah juga aja gimana anu bentar ni kita all slides kamu bisa kan screen kamu bisa kita depan Soal aku biar mana makin dikira kamu lupa ilas language tapi kusik tapi wah kusko kamu na English cinma ganon cinma main apa session mo lagi buat translation aku.
Yeah, just one thing, please see, if you strongly disagree, that means it should be this side. So that means you won't be giving any marks. If you want to agree, then only you will give, so it goes, then we know how much points, okay?
Yeah. That means we've got to improve on that
Yes.
area.
So the lesser numbers we get in whichever, that is the areas we have to improve. So don't go saying language and it goes all the way that side. So because language is something I feel we need to improve on. Like semua tu kita bang semua tenat waktu I meeting nama kadang man sakut sendiri kaya. Dan kita bagi semua tenat I meeting sekalian kamu santai. Timut kini di areas bangio aduna voice kini di areas ni hapan company haptei khashu. Yes. So next is there some more?
One more question. We'll go to the next question.
Any thoughts or suggestions? Laban niya ay jimot na kalyang longkong. Ano kalyang anything? Any thoughts? Dami ka jimot bro ay ka snow siya ka session. Ka jing snow joki, lani ka jimot. Sorry.
No, my any Bukan sancir yang bina mai ko ba na ba sida kamu lewa.
Keep it up. Thank you so much.
And they can write in
All good. Pin translate them. Next time kanit na labu wait mga hapan what not they translate na mga ting na bamlera.
it encouraged us.
Go ahead, okay? It encourage or maybe encourage them. Oh, I like the smiley also. Kalebha. I really like that. Kalebha. Thank you so much. I mean, it's very good, but it's very raw form, like the local language. time to repeat. Okay. Need more time to repeat. Time management, Vishibon, direct field study. That really is something we have to take it forward after the sessions. If you guys are interested and you come forward as a group that this is something we would like to explore, then after that only maybe we can take it as a study outside or wherever it's required. Time management, business, okay, fine, please proceed, okay? Okay?
That's a cue. No more feedback.
For experience to start. Really enjoy these. More such sessions. Punctuality, inspired. I think it's fine and we should proceed now.
Yes.
Yeah?
And the last slide finally.
Oh, we have one more?
No, I mean nothing much.
Oh, okay.
It's just a thank you slide.
Okay.
Last slide. Bye.
So that is a wrap. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you guys have learned something. I know that it was difficult for a lot of you to keep on kasili, but in a session rate. Remember at least the India na i slides lanin na kabayakan do lem kuni materi ka kala adam jing toy bahang dia publish mo le ni sta no e ko ka session sta to kita ko aban shin ka ni sta no in 1 minute initial break 1 minute and then we will immediately start after 5 minutes. For those who do not understand Khasi, we will start the next session immediately after 5 minutes, and I hope you guys have benefited, if not 100%, at least some percentage. Somebody is really in a hurry to go away. At least you have benefited from the session, and I think in Garo, can you say something?
But yeah, 5 minutes. Minute kumana break mungkin, minute kumana langsung je berapa ningkat nama bawa deh kata mungkin deh sulit mereka di ya tadi sesi itu 100% dia bukan apa kena ini memang mereka boleh matahan di liberaan ini harus.
So thank you so much, Kubleshibon Mithila. Yeah, see you all. Previous who's been with us from the first session. Today is the second day of the Popular Talk series, and we would like to welcome all of you, the new participants who have just come in. Now we have with us Mr. Biswajit Datta. Mr. Biswajit Datta is the Zonal Sales Manager, CSM Northeast, and he's completed his Bachelor's in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, CSM for Tata Power Solar Northeast region, and he has an experience of over 20 years in the electrical and renewable fields. The Northeast region of India, known for its lush landscapes and diverse cultures, faces unique challenges when it comes to energy access and sustainability. However, a promising solution has emerged in recent years, that is solarization. So our speaker today will be taking up or speaking on the topic of empowering the Northeast through solarization. I would like to welcome Mr. Biswajit Datta once again, and we would like to request you to come up on stage. And I request the presenters to kindly come forward and hand over a memento as a token of appreciation and gratitude. I shall hand over to Mr. Biswajit and we will take it forward.
As he introduced me, I am listening from Tata Power Solar. Before going to renewable session, so I think you have been done through lots of sessions today from 10 o'clock. Is it so? Yeah. Right? Okay. Then we will be relaxing. So I will request you to just all of you put the hands upwards. Good. Thank you. Please, again, upward. And see your ears to go. See left and right. See left and right. Thank you. Thanks for. Basically, to you ears in this partition. Thanks. So, hope all of you. Okay, no, thank you. So and hope you are all aspiring entrepreneur as well as you're going to be entrepreneur, maybe entrepreneur, I don't know. But any industry or domestic or any institutions, now power is very important, as you are all aware. Also, the cost of power is increasing day by day. I think everybody knows. The cost of power was purchased 10 years back, and if you look at today's rate, it is increasing near about 5 to 6% every year. Also, in Northeast India, I think all aware that in remote places, we have all the power problems. Whether the electricity is there or not there, the power problem will prevail everywhere in Northeast. Not in India, not in Northeast, I say entire India. We have outbreaks, we have a low voltage problem, high voltage problem, shutdown problem, maintenance problem, all these problems are there. So these are the problems which leads to ask for the solutions. And renewable is the coming up solution for these all types of problems. So solar is a solar as well as renewable all power. When I say renewable, it covers like wind energy, hydro energy, solar energy, all are renewable power. But focus purpose in solar is there. The advantage of solar is that this solar can be customized on micro level, but hydro, it cannot go in micro level. So one can use the minimum wattage of power in solar wind, but in hydro and wind we cannot use in micro wind. That is the main advantage of solar. So that's why this renewable energy sector, all institutions are going for solar, which gives a very promising career. Also, it gives a promising career. Relations are very good over here.
Check.
So, as I said, the solar energy is free, first of all. First of all, it's free. We get it from the sun. And it's a renewable energy. We have to use it and for your domestic home, for your institutions, for everything. For everywhere it can be used, whether it is home, industry, or you want to have some solar power used in your factory also, so it can be in place. We have been in Ceylon and we are using the different remote areas of places where by using solar energy, some industries are running, some homes are running, some colleges are running, some hospitals are running. So nowadays it is very easy and accessible as well as government. Also, I say government of Meghalaya is very encouraging us. They will provide us a very good subsidy amount which will be launching very soon. Government is planning up to over 70% of subsidy is going to come to avail the solar energy. As well as the normal subsidy policy for your industry also. In solar, it can go up to 70% subsidy by the government of Meghalaya. So it's definitely a good technology. It's government is also supporting us. So why not we use this? But before that, we have some discussion. We'll discuss somehow how it works. So, solar is basically what I say, it's basically a panel. I think everybody knows. Panel is, consists of basically silicon wafer. Silicon wafer is nothing but, you have the mobile phone, you have inside the mobile phone, there is some chipsets. You will see some sort of chipsets. It is the same thing in the solar panel. These chipsets are basically silicon wafer, nothing but a pure silicon, which is cut it into wafers and then plated. The property of the silicon is that whenever the lights falls into that silicon wafer, it excites the electrons in the silicon metal. So it flows the silicon metal. So by controlling that power, you can use that power. So this is a typical solar system we normally use everywhere, whether it is industry, home, or everywhere, institution, college. So as you can see, the module is placed on basically on the roof of the home to minimize the space utilizations. Roof can be installed as well as ground, as well as the floating in the pond also. But since land is precious, land space is very precious, so economical factor is always on the roof, because roofs are always ideal. So using that roof, it is very ideal. But also note that the mounting of the solar panel should be in that direction, so that you get the maximum sunshine, as well as it should be a shadow-free area. It should not be some tree nearby, so in the evening time the shadow is coming up. And direction should be in the southeast directions, so that you get the maximum. We are in northern hemisphere in Earth, so our solar panel gets maximum, radiation from the sun in the southwest directions. So, this is the southwest direction.
Southwest or southeast?
South, basically south direction. Depending upon the direction of your roof, you can use the south, southeast. Basically, typically it's southeast. So, as you can see, this is roof in the panels, and also we know that solar panel is a DC device. That means direct current device. So on the solar panel, DC voltage will be produced. DC voltage is from 12 volt, 24 volt. As you all know, batteries are also DC voltage, 12 volt or 24 volt. So from the DC voltage, that voltage because we use most of the time in our home connections, all our appliances or devices are runs on 230 volt AC or 450 3-phase. So that voltage you have to convert to the usable voltage in AC 230 volts. That is device is done by this inverter. So there is an inverter, and loads are connected to the inverters as well as your connections. And also note that it is basically on-grid system. On-grid system means it is power which is generated by the solar is connected to your existing power line. Existing power department power line. So what happens in that case is, suppose you have a load, connecting load, you have run some machine or fan or light or whatever, but sometimes you may go to some holidays, the load should not be there. So at that time, the power which is generated goes back to the grid. So even if you are not using, that power is sell to the government. The government also buys that power. The government also pays you for that. So it's sometimes it can be said as the solar itself is an industry. You can put a solar plant in government policies are there, M&A policies. You can put a solar plant if you can produce electricity and sell to the government. This also can be an industry. So that is the metering arrangement is done. From this meter will be provided by your power department, which can be adjusted. So this is basically on-grid system, typically, which is connected to the loads and electric department. But some cases were remote places where there is no power, no electricity connection. So there you have to use battery. So from the inverter, you charge the battery from the solar panel, and when it is required, your load is there. Suppose you run the fan, light, whatever it is, you use that power from the battery to run the loads. So typically, basically, these two are the mostly used common features. Go to next. So as I said, let me go some details. See, solar modules are basically glass systems. Is to protect the wafer. So we put some glass and there's a frame. So is to these modules are thin type of plastic layers. So if you don't have proper protection, it will damage due to environmental conditions. So that glass you needed some structures to the roof to climb it. Steel structure or aluminum structure, whichever is available. So that structure is required. In case of ground also, you need some structures to the as per the ground conditions. As well as suppose you have this is a tin set, and some places you will find roofs RCC set. In RCC set also structure is there, but this is different. And then that's a solar inverter. Whether you will go for with battery or without battery, you need an inverter that controls the entire power and convert according to your loads and consumptions. As well as some cables will be required. Definitely, it's a current required cables. AC cable, DC cables will be there. And one is a combiner box, which somebody says ACDB, somebody says DCDB, but it's a protection devices. Whenever there is current flowing, you need protection devices. Like in our home, you see some DB boxes are there, MCBs are there. So these are protection devices. In the solar system, it's also current, so it needs some protection devices. So it's other AC companies, somebody get DC boxes, something like that. So these will be always there. So these boxes are nothing but a simple polycarbonate box or plastic boxes. If you are an entrepreneur, you can make it yourself, in home also. This is a requirement, is coming up very hugely because in domestic purposes, these boxes, safety devices boxes are very important. So whenever you put or install solar system, any customer have to need those. These are very simple devices. You buy some DC MCB or MCB, put a clamp and put it there and made it in the home, you can sell to the markets. And one is called remote monitoring. Nowadays, nowadays everything is advanced. All are Wi-Fi based, mobile internet based. So this system also come up with every systems come out like that nowadays. All the systems are smart. This can be online by using your Wi-Fi or using your any SIM devices, but in remote areas that can be monitored and observed from your mobile device or laptop device. It's nowadays all the devices are like that only. And weather restriction is also required in some kind of cases. Suppose for monitoring the purpose, so weather data is very important. How much radiation is going on and how much is solar power is generating. Suppose it is too hot, and solar is also generating. There may be a heat effect also. So to prevent that data, this all controlling will be done by the solar inverter. But for that, we need some inputs. Then suppose beyond that temperature, the solar must be switched off to safety of the home or building. So that's why we need some weather data. So that can be integrated through your remote monitoring system, which can be give a signal to the inverter that weather is too hot to go beyond temperature. Then you need this type. But this type of conditions not yet comes in Meghalaya from the state point of view. In Rajasthan, this in some desert area where temperature is too high, where temperature comes down like nowadays 52 degrees Celsius, and entire system goes up to temperature of 70-75 degrees Celsius. So there is a safety concern will be there. At that temperature, anything can be born. So in their condition, it is in Meghalaya it is not so much, but our temperature does not go beyond 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, next slide please. So some benefits definitely. So by going solar, since powering your generating, the pure benefit is the amount you are paying to the government for the power, that is 100% saved. So up to 80% of the electricity bill you can save. And see, the solar payback period is 4 to 7 years. That means suppose you invest 1 lakh rupees in the solar, the saving by which the solar system will be given around 4 to 7 years it will give the return. That means suppose you invest 2 lakh rupees, by 4-5 years you can say approx this 2 lakh rupees will be saved by your electricity bills. As well as government gives subsidy of 70%. So you can say it's completely free. I will say it's a free. After getting 70% subsidy, because it's paying me also saving the energy, the system is obviously completely free. Maybe I initially invest it, but after giving the all the deduction and everything, it is basically free system. If you have an entrepreneur, if you have a GST number, you can know the GST can be adjusted to your existing input output. So 1 lakh rupees, the GST is around 12,000, that can be adjusted. So basically your investment is quite less. So this is also saves independence from rising power. The government may rise the power today 5 rupees, tomorrow 6 rupees, third day 7 rupees. So you don't worry about it because you are generating your own electricity. And also good for the environment. That also fact. Because the government generate electricity by burning coal. Most of the power plants are coal-based, majority. So you need to burn coal to save the amount of energy. So indirectly you are contributing to the society as well as reducing the pollutions. Also, if you have industry, you can say your products are green product because you are using green energy. Green building certification, this is also a great advantage. Nowadays, commercial buildings, there is norms are coming up. Whatever the energy you are using, at least 20% energy you have to from the renewable, so is to get the green building certificates. This is fourth term is accelerated depreciation. I think this is basically a commercial term. If you from the CA Institute of Commerce, if you have some business. Depreciation is a term to use, balance sheets. If you're a businessman, you can understand what is called depreciation. So by add depreciation, you can reduce your income tax. Suppose you have a profit of any business, you have a profit of 1 lakh per year. So your income tax liability is 30% approx, I say. So 30,000 you have to give to the government as an income tax. But suppose you install solar. So while installing solar, that since it's a capital equipment, it can have a depreciation value. Suppose this year I can take a 40% of the depreciation value. 1 lakh system, I put a 1 lakh of 40%, 40,000 rupees, I directly deduct from my income. 1 lakh minus 40,000 of the depreciation. So actual profit release is 60,000. So 60,000 of 30% income tax you have to pay to government. So that is any benefit. That's it. But your CAs better know how to calculate it. But this is also added advantage to reduce your income tax liability to the government. This is the general curve. For the electricity, and I told this increasing day after day. So approximately around, suppose your 4% each year. So if you use solar and if you don't use solar, the cost of electricity increasing. But if you use your solar, then the cost will be at your control. Since the solar plant is for 25 years, life is 25 years, and all other major companies, including Tata also, we give guarantee for 25 years. Next slide, please. Some facts and views. If we have some questions also, you can ask it. Not a problem. Any doubt question also accepted. So, how do I start? How many panels need to put on my door? That's the most important question. This is the most important question. Depending on the DC inputs, your entire system will be based on.
Suppose I want 1 kilowatt, how many panels do you need?
See,
And each panel
how you derive 1 kilowatt of you require? Just tell me. How you derive? Say, I need 1 kilowatt.
There will be 800 watts.
No. The first thing you must know is if you want to derive suppose amount of kilowatts you are required, you need to know your loads. How much loads you are having. In domestic customers, if you see, they have electricity bill and they have essential loads in their bills. Suppose I have a domestic connections, my essential load is 5 kilowatt. For if I want to install a solar system, then as per government regulations, 80% of the essential load I can be installed on solar. So the 5 kilowatt, 80% of 5 kilowatt is approximately 4 kilowatt. So if you own this system, you can put 4 kilowatt system.
Suppose then it's off-grid.
Off-grid you can take according to your load. Again, your load must be there. Load, suppose you have a load of 1 kilowatt. You have a load, light, fan, everything, whatever is running, a load of 1 kilowatt. And then you need to calculate how much hour I need a backup. Suppose I need the backup for 4 hours, I need the backup for 24 hours. Then depending on the calculations, it can be derived. So if you go for suppose 1 kilowatt load, you need a 24 hours backup. My suggestion is you need around 8 kilowatt of this system. For 1 kilowatt load. For 24 hours backup. Approximately 8 times of the your load. Suppose 1 kilowatt load you need only backup of 12, then you require 5 kilowatt system. So depending on the load, you have to derive the solar capacity. Off-grid, suppose since off-grid is government has not any control or regulations, but in on-grid government has regulations. So off-grid you can use some oversize also, that's not a problem, as well as undersize also, depending on your need of the loads. So depending on that, you have to decide. First of all, you need to understand what is my load. Suppose you have AC, that is the 2 kilowatt load. That's some lights and fans. Lights are 10 watt, 5 watt like that. And fan is around 100 watt. And TV is around 200 watt. Fridge is around 250 watt. Like that. Like a laptop is around 50 watt. Something like that. All this you have to calculate and derive out that load. That depending upon that, and you consult with the solar energy company and they will provide you the best requirement.
Okay, now it is for this, suppose one kilowatt of panel. I just want one panel. How much will it cost on an average? I'm not saying
See, it is very difficult to say right now. Cost will be as per M&RE standards. There are some government standards are there for the pricing. So as per government pricing, it is 49 rupees per watt. If you go for 1 kilo system, that is for only system as per government rate is 49,000 rupees. In hill state, it may come up to 58,000 as per government. But private companies are different pricing as per their own categories. But as per government, it is in between 49,000 to 58,000. For the 1 kilo system to be installed at anywhere, including everything, not the panels.
excluding the battery and the
See, I think was cost is very difficult to say right now. We have to change the market, and we do not sell itemized product. We do not sell loose panel. We do not sell loose inverter. Some companies are there who sell loose inverter, loose panel also. But as a for Tata, we do not sell loose product. We sell complete system. So costing, if you go for, then take assumption as M&RE data. 1 kilo system, basically you have 49,000 to 58,000 in between. That's the M&RE channels. For any calculation, you drive out. Also, the panel is now have different sizes. Panel has start from right now we are manufacturing as 330 watt peak of panel and up to 600 watt peak of panel. 330 watt peak of panel we basically have only poly panel. And beyond that, we have a mono-crystalline panel, which are basically 21% efficiency. Mono-crystalline panel is nothing but this the silicon wafer. If an entire panel is from the same silicon ingot, that is single mono. Poly means if the panel is the silicon wafer from different silicon ingot, that is poly. That's why it's poly loss. That's a single transfer. But efficiency wise, mono is higher because it's a single silicon ingot. So it will give the same type of voltage across this. So it will give more efficiency. But if poly whatever different wafer you can target and put it, so there will be voltage ups and downs. So efficiency will reduce.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay. Just looking at the benefits that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And I noticed that cost effectiveness.
Yes.
It was not mentioned. Can we assume that it's
Suppose as I said to you, the government is giving you 70% subsidy. You consider it 50,000 rupees. After 50,000, 70% is your 100,000. So you get the product with 50,000 only. Suppose you have a GST input. Out of 50,000, GST has around 700,000. So you deduct the 700,000. So you actual cost is 10,000. And starting from 10,000 rupees, you get the benefit of per month you get a 1,000 rupees of benefit. So entire year you would 10,000 rupees save. So basically, say 1 year your money is good. So,
but is it like can you compete against regular power sources like hydroelectricity, coal? Is it like
see, solar is always cheaper compared to hydro and coal. Definitely always cheaper, but compared to hydro, definitely solar cheaper because installing a same capacity solar plant and a hydro plant. The hydro it is near about 40% cheaper capital investment. Suppose you would put around 1 gigawatt of power plant in solar, it will cost you around 5,500 crores. But if you go for a hydro unit, then it may cost up to 20,000 crores. So it is 1/3, 1/4, you can say. So it is cost effective. That's why your generation, if you put generation cost of the power, where you were paying 70 rupees per unit like that. So from the solar power, your cost of power is basically 1.1 rupee to 1.5 rupees. depending on the conditions. So as a power aggregator Tata, we sell solar power at 2.25 rupees with the profits. If the production cost is 1.1 rupee, then I can sell 2.2 rupees after with profits. So that's the production cost. That's the cost of it. In any discom, if you go for power department, they are selling power to you. So they are buying some power somebody. So their cost of it is around 3 rupees or 4 rupees, and they sell you 5 rupees or 6 rupees. They are to their profits. So as a pollution data, this is CO2 emission mitigation. So 1 kilo system can mitigate 1 ton of carbon dioxide per day. So 1 kilo system can mitigate 25 ton of carbon dioxide in 25 years. So depending on the solar plant you install, that much amount of certifications you will get. I think if you aware, Government of India is announcing carbon credit system. If you know, this certificate you can claim government will benefit for different ways. Carbon credit. If you install for your business or for your industry, solar, then you can also claim REC, renewable carbon credit. Carbon credit. That certificate you can also sell, or you can get some benefit out of the law. But the policy yet not come. But this last year, our finance minister has declared that we give the carbon credit to all industry and organizations. Whether they for renewable power, whether it's wind, solar, or hydro, they will get the carbon credit. In all around the world, like US, Europe, you go, any industry or domestic industry, they use solar power or wind power, they get a carbon credit certificate. That certificate, by using that, they can have some benefit like income tax, some tax reductions, some subsidy like that. So in India also, this is going to come. They have to go into it. Already policies are on the making phase. We'll get it by next year.
So one more point to clarify. Your 49 is not total.
Yes.
It is on what type of battery you get.
See, that's how the price I am selling is on this system, no battery will be there. But in case, in solar system, you can use any type of battery. Whether it's a lead acid battery, lithium-ion battery, lithium perovskite battery, you can use any type of battery. And you have to be, you have to check the systems, whether it is, that capability of the, compatibility to the inverter of the battery. That is done according to utility. Since I am from Tata Power, I will introduce my company. So basically, Tata is one of the largest corporate house in India, I think you know. And as a solar company, we have a large customer base. We are #1 company in India. We give all types of engineering solutions and support services, eco-friendly as well, quite definitely, since it is carbon. And we have last 40 years of experience in solar field. So whatever solution we give, market follows like that. We have time and networking in Shillong. We have our office out there, the CP office in Kitting Road. If you need some more information, pricing, costing, in Kitting Road we have a price service center as well as a sales center. You can get the information from there. Next, please. These are some of the installation base in pan India we are having. Some Asian Paints, MRL, Survival, CI, all types of institutions, basically industry, institution, government. This we have an installation base. So these installations are running very successfully over the last 10 to 15 years. And some of the awards we are getting, so everybody knows all these awards are because of we have done work very good, so they have released to us. And what we have offered. now we come to what we do. So basically, we have got on-site rooftop. On-site rooftop means the installation within your campuses. What do you like, in the stadium, in your home, in your industry, on-site. We have on-site, on-grid, off-grid, and hybrid solutions. And floating solar. The solar can be mounted on the water bodies, like in the lake, where a stable water is there, like in the Borapani lake. We have proposed Meghalaya government to install a solar plant over there. In the lake, it also increase the biodiversity of the lake. Also reduce the evaporation level of the water bodies. So it has added advantage. By putting solar panel, the evaporation level, since you are reducing, get a shadow in the water bodies, so water will not evaporate too much. So in rainy seasons or off seasons, dry seasons, the water can be utilized. And on-site ground-mounted also project can be, any ground project can be installed. And off-site, suppose you have an industry in somewhere else, and you want to put in the solar plant in somewhere else. Suppose you have a plant in Meghalaya, and you want to put the installation in Rajasthan. That can be also done. That can be also done.
How?
So it's a it can be done as per government policy. See, for that purpose, you need an open access connection from the state electricity board. Right. So when you get an open access connection from the state power department, you can purchase power all over India. So you have a power to inject that in power grid all over India. So you put a plant in, you have a consumption in Meghalaya, and you put a plant in Rajasthan. Recently in Dalmia Cement, I think they have a plant in here, in Meghalaya. They have for that power consumptions, they have put a plant in Karbi Angang, Assam. So whatever consumption is here, there can be adjusted in in Assam. This is government policy is there. The power transmission charge will be there because you generate power somewhere else, and that power is transmitted to your factory. So there we call in Biscom term, which is wheeling charge will be there. The power will 20 paisa or 30 paisa government will charge from Karbi Angang to your site in Meghalaya in stream. So that you can pay, and that can be adjusted. So this is basically viable for the large industries, not for the small scale site. It can be in megawatt level only. Because for open access connections, you need a consumption of more than megawatt. Next one, please. So as I told, this is the grid connection systems, and battery-based system also we are having. And nowadays, micro inverter is also coming up. So suppose your panel is there, and inverter is back on the panel itself. It's called micro inverter. That is also coming up new. But since each panel has its inverter, so cost of the system will go up. So that's why not popular is throughout India because of cost. Because if I put the 1 kilo system on system with string inverter, it will cost you around 58,000. But if you go for micro inverter, it will go up around 80,000. But advantage is here, current, whatever the current generated by the panel, you get entire losses will be very less. Losses will be very less. Because when I use cable now, when you use cable to any nearest place, they have to loss. Okay, while electricity goes in some place to some place and goes from inverter and AC cable conversion and some protection devices, there is a heating effect going on everywhere. So that heat is nothing but loss of your electricity.
Let's say now
Microinverter, you have a battery inside in the battery.
No, no, no.
This is only an inverter, you just convert to AC. Right?
Yes, just converter. Basically, AC/DC converter only. And some protection devices along with them. And then some controller devices is there. So as to controlling the safety of the product. It's basically a micro inverter.
And
So that means if I want to store, I've got to still put another inverter.
No, if you want to
Inverter or
store
battery?
you have to put.
Inverter or battery, right?
Yeah, inverter.
So for microinverter, microinverter,
Yeah. No, doesn't require another inverter. This inverter can be charged to a battery system. Yes.
With these microinverters that you say, let's say we have 3 panels or 4 panels in a voltage, and microinverters will be 4 in the panel. So how many batteries, let's say 2 panels will require 1 battery, and it's just simply
No. First of all, you have to understand 2 panels is the 1 watt. Suppose you have a suppose take 330 watt peak of panel. It's having a 330 watt, 3 panel means 1 kilowatt system. So 3 panel, 3 inverter, and there you can use maximum of 2 batteries, or 150 AH or 100 AH. Because if the flow of energy is less, the battery will not be charged. So you need that sufficient of battery which can be charged by this, that amount produced by the panel. Otherwise, if you put more battery and current is very less, then how the battery will be charged? These are some artifacts. Basically, what I can say, some parking area or some garden area. System will be the same, whether it is off-grid or on-grid. You can put like this arrangement. You can say like this with tree form is some decorative item type. This is also coming up. So in most of the gardens area or some beautification area, beautification area, you can use these types of artifacts. So otherwise, solar system looks very dull. So panel or some structures look dull. So some city developer says that we see some beautification required in this case. So this type of arrangement can be done. Basically, structure or something like that, it can be utilized. But the system is the same. Next, please. As I told, there's an offset. There's open access connections. You have a plan somewhere else. We have a plan somewhere else. So this is the basically systems how it can be adjusted. Transmission charges will be there, and discom charges will be there. And state government taxes will be there, and that can be adjusted to your plan.
One more question. Last year we purchased a 3 Texas oven, but then due to low voltage we couldn't use that oven. So how can we how much investment do I need? Investment do I need for solar energy in order to run that oven?
Oven.
Yeah.
You have a voltage problem in your
Yes.
home. So you have a single phase connection or 3 phase connection?
3-phase connection.
3 phase connection. Actually,
And we have
what is the oven capacity? 1 kilowatt or 2 kilowatt?
that I don't remember. Like I give up hope on that. So
Okay. Basically, I assume that the oven is 2 kilowatt system. So to run that oven 2 kilowatt system, you need a solar plant of off-grid from the battery in around 8 kilowatt system. That will run around 4 to 5 minutes, 5 hours of time for the oven. I think that is enough for the
so
oven.
how much investment do I need?
Investment, if you say off-grid is a little bit costlier. So anyway, so your battery is also very degradable material. After 5 years, you have to change the entire battery. I think you all aware we run all the car bikes. Only 4 or 5 years we have to change the battery. So this is the battery life only. So that's why 8 kilowatt system will cost approx 8 lakhs of rupees to run the battery. But that is not economical. That is not economical. That makes no sense. Better you complain to the discom authority, give me the proper voltage, or I will sue you in the court. That is responsibility of the discom to give you the proper voltage, right? That is your rights. To have you ask for 230 volt AC current and they give you 180 voltage of AC current. How can they charge you? This is your right. I be paid for 230 volt AC current only, not for 180 volt AC. You can sue government to the court and you can go get compensation for that. That is your right. Because we are paying only 230 volt AC, not paying 180 volt. Low voltage is a crime made by the response. Okay. So we have also business model wise. You see, CAPEX called capital investment plan. In CAPEX, what happened? The customer will buy plan from us, and the plan is the customer's, and he will use it according to his needs. And CAPEX and financing also there. In some cases, we finance the customer. It's a expensive matter, affair. For suppose you want to go for a 100 kilo system, which will be cost 50 lakhs rupees. So you need financing. So financing also will be provided. And OPEX is like that. OPEX means I will put a plant on my own expenses. The energy which is generated from that plant, the customer will buy from me. I do business. We put plant on our own expenses, and the customer have to pay like electricity bill you pay to the discount. He have to, every month I put a bill to you. You have to pay the energy bill to me. And group captive. Group captive is a bit of, this is still on a government nation stage. It's a basically large customer base can be done. Suppose 4 or 5 industries are in the same locations. They want to have a group captive solar plant. And what happens? We form a company combining all the customers, stakeholders, and including developers. Developers take in that company will have a 76 or 74% share and gives 26% to the consumers. And we develop a company, and we according to investment will be done according to his share contributions, and we put a plant over there, and the power can be enjoyed by the entire 4 or 5 industries. That's so good. Also, we give, this is the services we provide, business and maintenance. If you buy, solar panel from us, we also take the AMC of the product. Suppose you buy a 10 kilowatt product, we can buy AMC from us also. And since it's an outdoor product, it has some problem of theft, problem of natural calamity. So insurance can be done. And home automation service, this is a very new revenue business. We are coming up, but we talk some other times. Like ASCO services, it is also the energy management services. It is basically for the industry purpose, where large consumption of industries are there, where energy management system is required. Like if you're hard solar industry, SCADA system is there. We provide that system also, so that energy can be optimized according to the load and dispatches. So before, choosing a company, you should also know why choose any company, not Tata. It not being Tata. There are lots of other companies who are represented like in India. They are also very good. So in Tata, you have some, as I told, we have 40 years of experience. We have a customer base also who is very successful. As well as we give 25 years of warranty of any systems to customers. So I may not be there in the company, but you may not be there, and nobody knows. So, but Tata will be there, and their services will be there in 35 years. Next, please. And we have all types of offering. Financing is a very important factor nowadays because solar is an expensive affair. So all types of financing we are providing, very consumer. We have called Eco-Fi financing. I think if you're hard, Eco-Fi, State Bank, HDFC Bank, all these banks we have tied. We assure the bank that if the customer don't pay loan amount to the bank, we will pay back to the bank. So in the event of that one happen, you do not have to give any collateral to the this buying the loan. So Tata will give a assurance fee, but this is our customer. In the event customer don't pay, we will pay to the financing. So you don't give the collateral, only 20% down payment you give and take the loan and take the loan. So some of the case studies we will just study. This is basically food industry, some masala making industries. They have a consumption of around 3 lakhs units of product consumptions, where their average monthly bill is coming around 1.5 lakhs. So we propose they have 65 kilowatt installation solar systems and generating 90,000 units per year. So they are near about 30% saving on the electricity bill. They are on their systems. Next please. There is a cotton industry. So they plant is used to separate cotton fiber from the seeds or units. So they have 1.10 lakhs of units consumptions per year. So 250 kilowatt of solar system we have imposed, and they are 3,60,000 units per will be generated. So 30% electric bill will be reduced by using solar. These are real-time cases, and this is recorded. This is small industries only. We have all the types of residential installations. People in cities also they are using solar panels. By using solar, the 90% people uses only systems to reduce the electricity bill, high cost electricity bill. Nowadays, if you live in cities, your electricity bill is coming around 5 to 10,000 is quite common. Everywhere, quite common, 5 to 10,000 rupees. But if you put the electric solar systems, your electricity bill will be reduced to half, near about half. So in solar panel, you can use as a carport also. Parking area. These are some of the uses you can say. So some institutions, and you can have some institutions. There you can say that you can use the carport area, but you convert that car parking area into solar systems. So it acts both as a solar system also as well as a car parking area. It's a combination of both. Some few photos from the installations. The carport. Some this is the vertical installation also can be done. Vertical installation, but vertical installation can be done, but this must service this all the time. Because if your that wall direction is not on the south direction, then it is not suggested. But particularly that building that side is on the south direction. So at least they get a proper illuminations. There you can see some vertical installation. But most of the time, I will say just avoid that vertical installations because safety concern is also there, and getting a south side building, that wall is very difficult all the time. The cricket stadium also, this is also one of the carport is in Kochi Airport. In Kochi Airport is entire running solar systems. Kochi Airport. So they have entire car parking area also solar. They have a solar plant also in their area. The entire plant is running on solar systems. These are some of the feedbacks received from our customer bases. Next, please. So Tata, being Tata, quality was one of the main basics of our providing products and services. So whatever products and services we provide, we give you the best quality all over the world. The product which you are getting here, you will get the same product in Europe, you will get the same product in America. We do not prefer to get American products are different or the same product. That's all from my side. If any questions, I can take. Any other questions?
Sir, you mentioned earlier that the solar plant life will last for 25 years.
Guaranteed life is 25 years, but desired life is 50 years.
What happens to the panels after?
See, it can be recycled. The silicon wafer that you use, that can be recycled. But it is also, harmful to the environment if you place like, you just throw it away in the garbage. It's harmful to the environment. So it's to be recycled. We have a recycle system also. We buy back the old panels and again we recycle to the new one.
Let's say in our case, we want to set up a solar panel, solar system for the residential area, and maybe rooftop installation of the panels might not be possible because of the conditions of the house. So we set up somewhere in the plot. But how far is what is the maximum range of?
What is the kilowatt system you can install? How much kilowatt? Say, of course, I say 10 kilowatt system you want to install on-grid system. From the home, maximum distance allowed is 150 meters. Beyond that also you can install, but challenge is that there will be loss of voltage. The voltage drop problem will be there. So it is not advisable. But if you go for beyond the 10 kilowatt, 50 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt, advising maximum is 250 meters. 250 meters. See, the current wherever flows, the distance they flows, the voltage drop, current level.
Any more questions? If not, then we'll wrap the session.
Oh, thank you all for
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Biswajit. Actually, it was a privilege to have you here. In fact, the session was really productive. We got a lot of information, and I think on the benefits and a lot of the thing when it came to even the plans that you have available. So I hope this benefited you guys, and if not now, I mean for the participants, I hope in the future you can connect with their company, and maybe if you decide to get your solar panels, you can always get their services. So now coming back to the usual, again the feedback sessions. So I see a few of them are already getting ready with their phones. So we would like you to kindly use your mobile phones and scan the QR code. So it will take you to this menti.com.
Maybe you could just type in menti.com and enter the code.
So we'll do a
menti.com siang ye munade ya code number do number gini school sa post payment unon feedback form gi sana khathegenne wanda show aro bijalo lake kha gatane na pha take kha theren mo
I see a lot of you have already gotten in. So far we have gotten around 29, 20. So you see the first question. I think most of you had already attended the sessions before. So how well did you understand today's topic for the Khasi speaking entrepreneurs? Bila suku haduk katno ya ka kabuka session ba no kata. Hilaban ay kanuhon lugar score. So we do have some people who have don't understand the language. So yeah, it's quite challenging for them. What happened?
We just logged in.
So you all have been able to scan the QR code? This is the QR code. Use the code is 73075408. The code is right here, like the earlier, how you guys did in the previous session.
We have to re-enter and fill in a new code.
So all of you are in the previous code. Did you guys use the previous code? You have to kamu tu code apa ni? You have let us know what mai. Uni mentak you have re-enter dia. Saya uni code macam mai. Code mai day 73075408.
Rasio code step kepada umjane, dah yang komputer sana. Dah yang komputer step saya benda one submit ada belum?
Have you guys been able to enter? All of you? Let's go for it now. Question number 1. Have you all received question number 1? Again, how did you like the workshop? Oh, that was very fun. Some people will probably need to get a prize also. Slow motion session. Slow motion. Setelah yang ini kita di dur hang ni, beri hang mobile ke PC apa nongkam hama, ilong musuh hi, itu tidur. Tapi semua siru adik tu ba, semua siru nilai ba. So we received almost. Layan you apa ni ada ulut berapa? Okay, are we ready for the next question? Laila, ready for the next question? Yes. Okay, next question please. What inspired you the most about the workshop? Again, the same question which you guys the same question. Kaya kapag I'm NEEMIE na kami workshop kapag tak ada mental.
Nasi kita gini apa question dia ane dia nak tahu ni. Nasuna yang workshop apa dia pun nasuna pakai mereka nasuna tak cakap ni apa mereka nasuna nam masih jauh ni cakap sungai atau apa?
Innovative tech to go solar. Okay. We have received 2 responses. Save energy, use solar energy, get extra knowledge about the solar installation, incentives to go solar, 80% electricity saving, very good sustainability for solar panel, low cost on electricity, but both solar here very nice. Installation of solar panel on rooftop, the benefits from solar, save the world, go for green energy, alternative energy solutions. Okay, there's a lot that is coming in. I cannot read anymore each and every thing. Somebody said friendly. So cute. That's the cutest answer. Okay, now are you ready for the third question? No? Are you ready for the third question? Yes. Very poor, yes. I think we're all hungry. Even I also am very hungry. So third question please. How will you apply what you have learned today? Kanu puro kam pinpinong kami yang kaibag tayo. Chikay menhakan ito session ba?
Galis kaya niyo na yes kaya niyo ni daw ni mas ni ko daw may hindi cakap lang yan kasi ko compatible. Galis ko is option very
Yeah, they were starting their own customers.
Kalau siapa siapa orang main tidak semua kaki tak terangkat session mana.
Okay, try at home. Okay. Installation. That I think you guys need to get more information and more understanding about on solar power and solar. How can you benefit from it? Though Mr. Viswajit had taken you through, but to actually get the solar panels installed, I think you will need to connect with his company to get better understanding. Actually, shop punya lecaka but install mala ibon mana fikila on install and all, but I think shop punya install there is more to have and karawan kawara chingerap but chingerap kanu korukom. So okay, now we will go to the, is it the last question? Yes, thank God. Last question please. Yes, we are hungry. So, what can we improve on the next time, for the next time? Yaki able to solve the nut, one of your eyes putting a Yaki was solve the nut, I am to cut you, but I'm going to say. So, Kamala mentioned the time management, work content, facilitation, energy, pacing, materials, methods, language. Time management, kamu kapor, workshop content, kamu kajingkai, bapani, isar, mentas. Facilitation, kami kami kompanya, jungi hamne, ka energy, also. Jinglong. Energy, kapno kajing sekolong. Lively. Somebody who knows Khasi energy. Boarding. Oh, the session. It's more relevant with Shamshid rather than board. We sound very. The pacing of instead, in a session, materials, kitugi, materials. Setiap kita tambahkan ke materials kini kitugi slide penongkam ini. The methods mut karukom penongkam ki kaktian clear. I think they already know Garo because
Nasi kita yang apa semua masih kita yang umum slide boleh. Jadi mayu nama kunci urusan nama.
Yeah, just tell them remember not to give more marks for those areas where they might just keep clicking, no? So are we done? I think everybody is hungry, even the yes also is very soft. So thank you, Mr. Viswajit. It was a privilege to have you with us, and I look forward to actually collaborating and connecting with you in the future, because we do have a lot of startups that we work with. In fact, even the ones who have attended today maybe might be looking forward to connect with you to understand the services that you provide. And if you have any card or something, if you can share it with them. So for the ones who are interested, you guys can meet up with Mr. Viswajit after the session. And he can hand over his card and you can connect with him. Kitu kiba sopenat lani bas syampa kali ka kong long ban lajan pun long dia. So shopakin malam awal pila banya I Viswajit inangdan kami shipang pila banya ship dengan business card dari joni nangba lagat kuat banya kali joni dia pun pila banyak. Dear, session. We will end the session, today's session, and break for lunch. And we will start our next session at 2:30. 2:30, so I'll see all of you here at 2:30 again. So let's go and eat first. Thank you so much, everyone.
Ini apa session nunggu ini cari jalan